Stampin' friends, this is Lisa from Live and Let Stamp, and today I'm going to be making a card from my upcoming signature card class, A Stitched Season. It is based on this, the Sweet Collection, A Stitched Season, which features the Stitch Stocking and Stitch Stocking dies, and I will be using this sentiment today. Merry Christmas to you and yours. It has other really nice sentiments, including a to from, which is always handy to have, and some little backgrounds to make for your quilting squares and triangles. The dies, and you get a bunch of them with this bundle. I needed 2 magnet sheets to put them all on. Well, 1.5. You get this large stocking, which is on one of the cards. Let me get that out. I have it wrapped with this one. So this will be another card that will be included in the class, and it's made with that stocking die and that inside, and it cuts out little individual pieces. So you can like scatter them, and then on another card you just inverse them, and you can use all of the pieces. These dies, this die, and there's a Christmas tree, strip of Christmas trees right here, I used on this card, which will also be included in the card class. So you'll get the tutorials for them, videos for them, along with the materials, and you get extra materials. So you'll be getting cardstock as well as DSP. You'll get a half a package of DSP. And if you want the whole package, you can let me know and I can do a custom invoice for you. But for most people, half the package is good. It will be 6 12 by 12s. This is the front and back of this one. And turn this so it's up, and they all look like quilt pieces. And this is the front and back of this one, and that's the Peaceful Pine, which is one of the new in colors. I really love this particular look because it's so quilted, and you know I've gotten into quilting lately, and this is the back of that piece. And it really reminds me of quilting fabric, that little floral on green. And then you have the Christmas trees, and you have this red with this little pattern of dots. And you get these little squares that you can cut out. And the back is the holly, and I'll be using that today. And this is like a large sheet, but you could certainly cut out pieces to put on card fronts, or you could use this in or on scrapbook pages. And the back is this snowflake on the Secret Sea, which is the background of this particular card. You will also get a full pack of the buttons. So they have glitter around the outside, so they're really super cute. They're self-adhesive, and you get real red and you get white. So to make our card, I'm gonna start with the card base, which is thick white. Now, most of us have the white on hand, of course, because we use it all the time. Not everybody does the thick white, but if you're doing a card base, the thick white will give you a sturdier card base, and I like a sturdy card base. So let's go ahead and take a sheet, and we're just going to make a basic A2 size card. So we're going to cut at 5.5. And also we're going to score it at 4.25. So I move the blade out of the way so I can use my scoring blade. Move my cutting blade out of the way, I guess I should say. And then we're going to fold that, use our bone folder, to get a nice crease. Okay. Next thing on the card is this strip of holly with red berries, and that is 5.5 by 2. So let's go ahead and cut this one. There's 2 and 5.5 because we wanted to go across the entire card front. While I'm cutting, I might as well go ahead and cut this DSP for the, let me show you the card again. For this background, I used the red with the white dots. You could certainly use the candy cane one. The pieces I'm going to be using today to make the star shape, I'm going to use both. So I think I'll go ahead with this one, kind of like the white dots pattern. And that is going to be looking at my note. Where's my note? This one is 3 3/4 square. Okay. On top of this, I am using a swirls. I think it looks kind of like snow swirls with stars and these, like, you know, star or snowflake shapes. And this is actually from the Swirls of Magic, which is part of the Halloween suite, but it looks so pretty as snow swirls. So this is 3.5 square. It's gonna fit right on that red square we just made. That looks like a good spot. So 3.5 square. And I believe that's all the cut pieces that we're going to need. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the red. Since it's embossed, I'm going to use quite a bit of adhesive because embossing not folds the paper, but, you know, it presses into the paper, and that can sometimes result in ripples on the side. I don't like ripples on my... I'm going to do it this way. I don't like the ripples on the sides. I like it to stay flat. Just going to move over just a little bit. Sometimes I'm a little too persnickety. Let's get that. Just a little over here. Perfect. Well, not perfect. Close enough to perfect. Okay, and let's go ahead and put this on our card base. It doesn't have to be right in the middle. This one's a little bit below. It still looks great, so I'm not going to stress about that. Surprise. And we're just going to put that on, and I'm using the lines on my grid paper to help me keep it in line on both sides. I can even count the squares. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, so 8.5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. That's right about the middle. That actually looks pretty good. Okay, that works. And then this will go right there. And I can go ahead and put that on. I might as well go ahead and put that on now. Get this adhesive off my paper so it doesn't attack the front. I like to put a little there on the side. Okay, get it how I like it. And there we go. Easy peasy. So now let me show you how I made that star. So I'm using these 4 pieces. These are all the backs of the papers that I showed you. And the die is this one. And you can see this made a nice background for this Christmas tree block here. But on this one, you make them and then you just cut them in half vertically to get the little half pieces. And then you just pick a pattern that you like. So here's how I did it. So I'm gonna pair green, red, and they go this way to make that banner point on the ends. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this. We know we want it the short side on the inside. I'm just gonna put it under one and over the other. Under one and over the other. I'm gonna do it another way, and I'll make that apparent when I... Okay, so using the centimeters, which I find so, I'm not centimeters, millimeters, because it's so easy to divide. This is 6 centimeters. So 3 centimeters exactly is right there. So this is right on the center, which is perfect. Did it right on there the first time. And then this way, it needs to go up quite a bit because we want this center part to be 3 up this way. And there it is. Now what I'm going to do before I even weave the other one is I'm going to take liquid glue while I have this. Look at that, one hand. And I'm just kind of peeking under there, and I'm just going to put some glue down and press. Carefully turn. Put this here. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue here. And I want to keep these middle parts really close together. So now I'm going to weave it the opposite way. So this went under, over. I'm going to do over, under. And I'm going to slide that in nice and close. And then I'm just going to put some liquid glue there and press that down. I'm going to have a little wiggle room here to slide it in. So as it gets a little thicker on this last one, you really need to push that in. And look how pretty. And it's not that difficult. It's just, you know, holding it steady and a little bit of measuring to get it in the center. But I think it looks really, really cool. So that's going to fit right on top of our swirly white embossing. And now I'm still handling it kind of gingerly. But now we can go ahead and we can put glue on the back. I don't go all the way to the tip of the star. It doesn't need to be. And I like it this way. You can kind of center it by looking at the points. touching a little there. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now for the sentiment. I did Merry Christmas to you and yours. And I used this die from Nested Essentials. Since this is not in your suite, I will send you 2 of these. I'll send you extras of these so that you will have enough to make the cards in your signature kit, because there are no dies that go with the sayings, but this is a good one. I will also throw in some of these banners. This banner from Stylish Shapes, my favorite set ever. And this from the new Winnie the Pooh suite, the Sweet Words. This is from that. And these, along with this one, which you do get the die for, are really good for the stamps that are long. May all your days be merry and bright. Sending warm wishes this Christmas. And then for this one, I did cheers, and I used the Tag Essentials punch to do that. And I like how it has that same little motif as all of these points. But you have 3 to pick from on that punch. So I will include some of those for you as well. I have one already stamped. And I'm going to use some small dimensionals. And because I want to make sure it has plenty of support. So I do 4, and then I do 1 in the middle. Just peel off the back. Oh, this one I just peeled. Hello. You can only peel it once. Okay, and then I'm going to put this where it's centered, top and bottom, and about the same amount on the side. Don't push it down completely until it's where you want it. I think that's good. It's not perfectly centered, but you know what? It doesn't have to be. And then I'm just going to add a white button from the embellishments that come with the suite. And you will get a full pack of these if you purchase the class. So you really only need to buy the bundle. You don't need to buy the entire suite. And that's it.